This is a special report. Here's Mitch McCoy.
Hello and good afternoon to you. As we're taking a live look at our Doppler radar, you see rain is pushing out of the state, but the Arkansas Storm Team says don't get used to the dry weather because more wet weather is in store. This ahead of a potential flooding threat in the community of Humnoke as we're watching volunteers clear out and fill sandbags across that area. Good afternoon to you. I am Mitch McCoy. I'm joined here by Claire Kreitz. Claire, hello to you. You've been out in Humnoke most of the day. Walk me through what you guys are seeing as you're also driving around, scoping out where some of these sandbags are being deployed.
Yeah, so let me flip my camera around. You can see this is some of what we're seeing. We're coming up on a house here that you can see the yard is covered in water. It's right up to this home on my right. It's right up to their porch. It hasn't gone inside yet, but this is some of what we're seeing here. You can see there are sandbags next to this house. So some crews have already delivered some. I don't know if I can zoom in, but if I can, yeah, here we go. You can see some sandbags are right up next to the house. Crews have been working for the last several hours trying to make sure that they get all the homes here covered. They're worried about the creek right now overflowing. They said they've gotten so much water and this area is so prone to flooding. Here's a better look at the yard right here. Just tons of water we're seeing in some of the yards of the homes and coming right up on the side of houses, Mitch.
What do we know about the current threat level? I guess has water reached homes? Are they in? Is it in homes?
Some are getting close, but they're not quite in the homes yet. Sorry, flip my camera back around. But yeah, they're not quite in the homes yet, but they're getting very, very close.
Which is just terrifying to think that this is yet again another scene. You know, Claire, I was going through some of our video recently, and it appears that this is an area that floods often. This is a low-lying area, and so this is something that I guess one could argue they're used to, but you're not ever really used to it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what they said. This happens a lot, but you can never fully prepare for it. That's why they're doing these sandbagging and trying to prepare as much as they can. But still, I mean, having water get so close here, I'll give you a better look again. So close, it's up to their house.
Wow.
And so they're trying to do whatever they can to prevent flooding inside their home.
And more rain is on the way, according to the Arkansas Storm Team, as we take another look at the radar here. Claire, as we look at the video from this morning that you shot, it's posted on your Twitter account. Are volunteers needed out in Humnoke?
I would say that volunteers are always needed in these kinds of situations. They do have a good crew out there working to bag the sand quickly and take it to wherever it's needed. People can also come by and pick up sandbags if they're worried about their home flooding, but it's always good to have more volunteers.
As we take a look at this video, it looks like numerous sandbags. How many homes are these sandbags going to? Do we know, or is it for those who just feel like they need them?
It's really right now for those that feel like they need them. They have taken them to a couple homes that we know of so far. This is one of them. And then there's another one we're going to go check out closer to the creek. And that yard is also filled with water. So we're about to check that one out.
Wow. As we are talking with Claire Kreitz today, we're looking at this video she shot this morning. It sounds like they've been out there just today. I mean, that's what they were able to accomplish in just a few hours.
Yeah, this is all done in the matter of a few hours. They started earlier this morning and they'll be out there throughout the rest of the day.
Claire, do you mind if we just tag along with you for a moment as you guys are driving through Humnoke? It'd be interesting to see what else you guys have out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a woman that's trying to talk to me right now. And so as I go over there, I'm gonna give my phone. He's parked right now to my photographer Ross.
Yep.
And so he can kind of give you a glimpse of what we're seeing out in this yard right now.
Sounds good. And let us know if you end up talking with that woman. We'd love to listen in live.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go run and see what she wants to talk to me about, and then let me just have Ross hold the phone while I go over there.
Sounds good. Thank you, Claire. We'll stand by for Ross. Ross Cook is a photographer, a photojournalist here at KARK and Fox 16. Ross, you've covered a lot of flooding stories. You and I have covered tropical storms and hurricanes. Can you kind of put this into perspective from what we've seen in previous situations? Ross, are you there? Okay, I think we've lost Ross for just a moment, but we're going to listen to or watch this video here. This is live video coming in from Humnoke. This is out in Lonoke County, where there has been a significant flooding in that town. There are active efforts underway right now to sandbag and also try and protect property, as much property as possible due to the flood. You know, one might say that, hey, the flooding is going to be over because it stopped raining, but the unfortunate news is that more rain is going to be moving into the area later tonight, overnight. The Arkansas Storm Team is closely monitoring that, and we'll watch that unfold as the meteorologists continue to get new weather data. But we're looking at live video here again from Humnoke. You see some of the sandbags on the side of the house that are starting to get lined up there, and volunteers, people with the city of Humnoke have been, or the county have also been filling sandbags throughout the day as that town braces for the potential for more flooding. And that is a real possibility here as the community continues to deal with a creek that is nearby. There is growing concern this afternoon that the creek in Humnoke may continue to rise, and it will ultimately start pushing water into homes in Humnoke. And of course, that would just be devastating for that community. They have been through these scenarios before. It is almost routine in Humnoke because of these low-lying areas where flooding is a consistent problem during heavy rain. So I was looking through some data or some previous stories we've done, and it appears that they went through a significant flooding situation back in 2018. Of course, we had that Arkansas River flooding. I don't know if they were impacted by that. A lot of communities were, just because the Arkansas River connects to all the side creeks as well. But long story short, you see the flooding out there in Humnoke as we're looking at these live pictures from the area of Humnoke and Lonoke County, and this is someone's front yard. It's right off of a highway there in town, and this is going to be the scene no matter where you go throughout the area. There are people that are devastated by this massive amount of water, and it just at some points doesn't feel like it's going to stop anytime soon. But we're going to continue to monitor those live pictures from Humnoke. I want to bring you back to our previous video that Claire Kreitz had shot earlier today. And this is from people who work for the county or the city, and they have been bagging sand to distribute to volunteers. This is critical in the middle of a flood situation to try and protect life and property. I'm seeing Claire Kreitz again. I want to welcome Claire Kreitz back into our coverage. Claire was just stopped by someone there in Humnoke while working on her flooding story. Claire, did they share anything with you?
No, they actually were not from here. It was regarding something completely different. But I am back, and we are on the road to give you a better look at some of the things that we're seeing right now.
As you're just driving, kind of point out to us what you're seeing in Humnoke.
Okay, so right now this road looks clear, but if you look off to the side, you can see again yards filled with water. Let's see as we get closer. You know, some parts it's dry, but other parts not so much. We were told that there was a home near here that we're gonna go try and check out. Let's see, we're gonna see, you can see some water over here. Not quite to this building over on this side, and not quite to this home, but still in the yard. And then we're gonna keep going.
It would appear that it's scattered, a lot of the flooding throughout the area.
It is scattered. That's the perfect way to describe it. Yeah, there were some homes that looked fine, and then others, you know, like that one that we just showed you, that one was probably the worst one we've seen so far.
Which makes me wonder if that creek rises anymore, where the water will go. Obviously, the homes that their front yards are flooded will be the first. But then the question is, will these other areas, like that, is that a church, Claire? That
That
might.
is a church, and yeah, that's almost up to the church on this side, getting really, really close. But that is exactly what they're worried about, is that this creek is just going to continue to rise, and not get any better. Here's another, this water is up to this building right here. You can see that standing water. On this side, it's clear. Here's some more standing water, and it's getting really close. It is right up on the house here too.
And those sandbags there. It looks like somebody was just coming out of that front door.
I missed that. Yeah, just as we're driving by, you can see, you know, some places like this is totally fine. It looks like the grassy areas are holding a lot of water.
Wow. As we continue to monitor these live, if you're just joining us, good afternoon to you. I'm Mitch McCoy, joined by Claire Kreitz. We're watching these live pictures. Claire's driving through the community of Humnoke right now. Well, she's not physically driving. Her photographer is driving as we continue to monitor sandbagging efforts that are underway right now in the town of Humnoke. And that is because of a creek that is nearby. And there is growing concern this afternoon that the creek in Humnoke is rising at a level that will be not manageable for the community. And you can see that there is already flooding in this area, and you can see as Claire Kreitz and her photographer Ross Cook drive through this area, and you can see the flooded roads there as well. Claire, obviously you're going to continue to monitor that situation, and we will bring you up into our coverage as the situation warrants. If we need to go back live, just let us know.
Absolutely. We'll keep you updated on what we're seeing out here.
Okay, great. Claire Kreitz, live in Humnoke for us at this hour. Claire, thank you. Again, if you're just joining us, we've been following this breaking news situation unfolding in the town of Humnoke, where there are active sandbagging efforts underway right now due to flooding in this area. And you can see that they are bagging sand right now, and that is being distributed to folks in town who are in that prime zone for flooding. And if you need a sandbag, go ahead, contact the Lonoke County Government Office, and they will be able to hook you up with what you need if you are one of those people that live out in Humnoke. But if you're just joining us, here's a look at our radar. You can see rain is pushing out, but you start to see those scattered showers develop. The Arkansas Storm Team is monitoring that. They're also monitoring the potential for more rain tonight. Yeah, more rain tonight. Definitely not a good thing. Worth noting, Humnoke is not the only area being impacted here. Deshay County, or excuse me, the area of Deshay is also being impacted. We are under the governor, Asa Hutchinson, just announced that he has been in contact with authorities in Deshay and specifically the county's judge, and making sure that the Arkansas Department of Emergency Management is also assisting there. So there is just a lot of water that continues to fall, and quite frankly, there's nowhere else for it to go, especially in these low-lying areas, including Humnoke, Deshay County, communities that have been significantly impacted by flooding there. And we will, of course, keep you updated as the situation continues to develop from Humnoke. Again, there are sandbagging efforts underway there in Humnoke as we continue to look at the radar. Yeah, it's showers moving out, but more rain is on the way. Our next newscast is at 4 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens all day long right here on the device that you're watching. For now, I'm Mitch McCoy. Have a good rest of your afternoon. Try and stay dry out there, folks.
This has been a special report from Fox 16 and KARK 4.